this, and President Trump's executive order is phenomenal. It goes back to this very basic question. What does it mean to be a citizen? And we're throwing around citizenship like frisbees every day. You're a citizen, you're a citizen, you're a citizen. And it dilutes the meaning of the citizen, of what it means to be a U.S. citizen. We need to bring it back to actually say, hey, you have to earn your citizenship. You are not given your citizenship.
So the children...
Debated issues in America, but when birthright citizenship enters the conversation, things heat up fast. In this case, a student goes head-to-head with Charlie Kirk over Trump's proposed executive order to end it. The back and forth is packed with sharp comebacks, quick pivots, and some eyebrow-raising claims. Let's get into it.
I am proud to be conservative, I'm proud to be an American, and I think we would agree on most things. But one thing that I'm here to dispute you on is
Israel?
Trump's executive order to overturn birthright citizenship.
Oh, okay.
Which you posted on X 2 months ago that the Supreme Court has never reviewed the 14th Amendment regarding birthright citizenship.
Not correctly yet.
Have you heard of Wong versus Kimhar?
Yeah,
or Wong
it's a
versus
BS.
America. What about
I'm drawing from a lot of memory on this, so I'm gonna have to plead a little bit of
That's fine.
memory erosion.
I have a shallow understanding. But both of those cases ruled that regardless of national origin, the children of immigrants will become U.S. citizens. It's
not just the children of immigrants. It's not just that.
It's the exception for diplomats.
The children of visitors become U.S. citizens.
Right, and
so for example, a pregnant woman can leave China who's 8 months pregnant, get a 90-day visitor visa, and then her baby becomes a U.S. citizen.
How is it being implemented now? If you come here illegally, your children are what? What are they?
They become U.S. citizens.
And that's the Supreme Court precedent. So the executive order to overturn it is illegal.
No, it's very much legal. It's challenging the prior Supreme Court decision. But let's go back to my example. You can fly to China and literally just come here as a visitor, show up at a hospital, and they will give you a U.S. passport, and your kid becomes U.S. citizen. You understand we are one of the only countries in the industrialized world that has birthright citizenship.
And I'm proud to be that. We are a country of immigrants. See,
we're not. No. We're a country of settlers, not of immigrants.
Okay.
That's a big distinction. Let me tell you the difference. Settlers are people that build a new country that was barren. Immigrants come to a country already built. The people who built this country, they went west to an unconquered, barren country and built a new society. Immigrants helped enrich it. They helped grow it upon that. But the foundation of America were settlers, not immigrants. That is a talking point that is overused.
We have no unifying religion, no unifying race, no unifying national origin. But what we do share is that if you were born on the soil, you have an inherent birthright to the benefits of American citizenship. And when you
that's a huge mistake.
And that's a huge mistake. So you disagree with 200 years of precedent.
Yes.
Have you read what was discussed during the passage of the 14th
Founding Fathers, first and
Amendment?
foremost, never wanted all of a sudden a pregnant woman to be able to get on, they didn't have airplanes back then, go across the ocean, and all of a sudden they become a U.S. citizen.
Those who drafted the 14th Amendment did.
Yeah, the 14th Amendment was in what year?
1866.
Yeah, exactly. Way past the founding era.
So you don't agree with
the 14th Amendment was largely applicable to free slaves.
I understand that was a purpose, but it has also been extended to those who come
Exactly. No, you're right. It has been wrongly extended. You know the 14th Amendment?
By the Supreme Court.
Exactly, and they got it wrong. Just like how they got Roe versus Wade wrong, and we got that repealed. The point being is the Supreme Court can get things wrong. The idea, it's very simple. It's that if you think you can just get on a Delta Airlines flight from Paris and all of a sudden your kid becomes a U.S. citizen, that devalues the meaning of what it is to be a citizen.
Then the debate takes a sharp turn. Kirk introduces the settlers versus immigrants distinction, a rhetorical pivot away from legal text and into cultural identity. By framing it this way, he argues that granting citizenship too freely doesn't just stretch the law, it dilutes the very idea of what it means to be American. But here's the kicker. When pushed on what happens to kids born here to non-citizen parents, Kirk doesn't flinch. His answer: deport them with their families, no exceptions. Suddenly, the debate isn't theoretical anymore. It's about real-world consequences.
Should we hold the children who do not choose to come here accountable for their parents' actions? There are some countries that...
Well, if you're already a citizen, you're a citizen. We're not going to revoke what's already happened.
If it becomes overturned, do we want to create second-class citizens who aren't a citizen of another country?
Yes, they're citizens of another country. Go back to your own country.
Alright, let's break this one down. First, the student came in swinging with Supreme Court precedent, leaning hard on Wong Kim Ark to argue birthright citizenship is settled law. Strong move. But Kirk quickly reminded everyone that precedent isn't permanent. Just like Roe versus Wade, it can be overturned. Suddenly, the student's case-closed stance looked shaky. Second, Kirk drilled into the jurisdiction clause of the 14th Amendment. His framing. The amendment was about granting citizenship to freed slaves, not children of tourists, foreign nationals, or those here illegally. It's a technical interpretation, but it resonates emotionally. It paints current policy as a betrayal of original intent. Third came the curveball. Settlers versus immigrants. Settlers are framed as nation builders. Immigrants as beneficiaries of something already made. By reframing America's origin story, Kirk turned birthright citizenship into an unearned inheritance. Fourth, the student tried to pivot to compassion. Kids shouldn't be punished for their parents' actions. A solid emotional appeal. But Kirk doubled down. Rules are rules, and bending them undermines the system. That principle over feelings stance hits hard with audiences craving firm boundaries. Fifth, Kirk localized the issue. Bilingual education shortages in Texas. The subtext. Immigration isn't abstract. It reshapes classrooms, jobs, and daily life. Suddenly, the debate felt personal. Finally, he zoomed out. Citizenship is a badge of honor, earned through sacrifice and lawful entry, not something casually handed out. It wasn't a legal closer, it was an identity closer, and it left the audience with a gut-level takeaway. The bottom line, this debate wasn't just about case law. It was about competing worldviews. The student defended continuity and inclusivity. Being born here means you belong. Kirk pushed reinterpretation, border control, and citizenship as a privilege. One side fought to preserve a promise, the other to redefine what it means to be American. And that's why it stuck. It wasn't just a legal skirmish. It was a fight over identity itself.